Headlines most affecting Chilliwack this week. The summer schedule for BC Transit. Take the bus to Cultus Lake and forget about the parking. A funnel cloud and a large snake, all on the same weekend. Salvation Army Food Bank has bare shelves and something special for National Indigenous Peoples Day. It's chillTV's. We'll tell you more about that in a few minutes' time. Our guest this week, Don Armstrong with the Salvation Army Food Bank. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. BC Transit is advising customers of changes coming up to the system that starts June the 30th. That includes adjusting the buses to Harrison and bringing back the special route to Cultus Lake. Just go to BC Transit for more information. So did you see it on Saturday? A funnel cloud forming over the valley while we had the hard rain. Now, snow fell on the Coquihalla. Hail dropped on White Rock and South Surrey. But that funnel cloud we had never touched the ground to become a tornado. But it could be seen anywhere from Chilliwack to Abbotsford and even down at Sumas, Washington. An update on the Friday snake situation in Hope. After a ton of phone calls, conservation officers came all the way from Aldergrove and told locals it was a gopher snake, a big one, and it's not supposed to be there, so they did relocate it. Now, they are BC's largest snake, but they are on the protection program. People are killing them thinking they're rattlesnakes. Now, if you've ever lived in the Thompson and Okanagan, you get used to those little guys. Now, they're more afraid of you than you are them, and yes, they do bite if they're provoked, but they're not venomous. And conservation says they probably hitched a ride from the interior on a boat or something and then just landed in the backyard that was close to Coquihalla Lake. Summer holidays are always a precarious time for food banks. Traditionally, you think of Christmas for donations. The Chilliwack Salvation Army is in dire straits heading into the summer. Don Armstrong, the director with the food bank, will be telling us in a moment about how this situation is quite scary. The annual Chilliwack RCMP BC Highway Patrol Motorcycle Skills Challenge is coming up Saturday at the parking lot of Chilliwack Alliance Church. It's a free event to sharpen your bike skills. The training does involve some of the procedures that officers use for their safety. Now, you do need a full or a learner's Class 6 license or a Class 8 with a supervisor. Contact Chilliwack RCMP's non-emergency line for more information. A huge social media shout-out from the Chilliwack branch of the SPCA. Those amazing students from Division 73 and 74 of Stetos Elementary and Middle School donated monies raised from their entrepreneur fair. And they created their own check. You can see by the artwork for $144. You can check out the artwork, pardon the pun, on their social media. Rotary Hall Studio Theater at the Chilliwack Cultural Center, lovingly ripping off from the classic film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes, it's Monty Python's Spamalot, retelling the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, featuring a bevy of beautiful showgirls, not to mention cows, killer rabbits, and French people. The 2005 Broadway production won 3 Tonys. Chilliwack's secondary characters presenting Monty Python's Spamalot, July 19th to the 28th at the Rotary Theater. Tickets are now available. The annual Classic Car Show is Sunday in downtown Chilliwack, as downtown's taken over by every classic car and truck you can think of. This goes rain or shine with the BC DeLorean movie car collection and some of your favorite movies, including Ghostbusters, as well as live music on the Chilliwack Ford stage at Central Park and Five Corners. And there's plenty of food trucks and beverages again at Central Park. Chill Sounds presents chillTV on Friday at the Shway Cultural Center. It's going to provide the backdrop of a gala evening showcasing and celebrating an evening of Indigenous fashion, art, music, and cuisine. Tickets can still be found on their Facebook page. And also note, Friday, June 21st is also National Indigenous Peoples Day. Coming up, our conversation with Don Armstrong of the Chilliwack Food Bank and just how bad the shelves are. And yes, it's June. Yes, we're still talking local hockey. That's coming up in sports. This week continues with Don Armstrong, Executive Director with the Food Bank, Chilliwack Salvation Army. Last weekend, there was a social media posting and my jaw hit the floor. I know we have talked about needs and necessities for the food bank over the years. I have never seen you that concerned. We're down to a 2-week supply.
It's never been that low. And I've been doing this for 40 years and I've never seen it that low. And everybody didn't believe me when I said 2 weeks, but you come by our warehouse and we don't have anything in there. And so we're just, yeah, it hurts.
Yeah. And it seems, call me on this, but it seems everybody gives at Christmas time, but they don't think of the food bank before they go on summer holidays.
That's exactly it. Everybody helps us out at Christmas time because it's a festive year. Now coming up to school, being out, holidays start, our food does not come in during that period of time.
One thing a lot of people may not understand is that you're Chilliwack Food Bank, but it's a hub, and you have a large catchment of people that and organizations that you help.
Yeah, we help up all the way up to Princeton, Hope, Agassiz, Abbotsford, Mission, all the way up to Pemberton, Whistler, Gibson, Seashelt. So all those places come to us for food.
Yeah. And again, with Abbotsford just down the highway, everybody would talk, well, what about Archway and what about Abbotsford Community Foundation? But they go to you.
Yes. Yes, they still help themselves.
Yeah.
Wherever they possibly can. But when we get a shipment in, they get their share of our shipment, and then so all the other food banks get their share of the shipment too. So
one thing that, and we were just talking about this off air, yeah, it's great to drop off a box of KD, but you still need the milk and the margarine and other things. Yeah, we know it's coming from the heart, but you need other things. Rock and a hard place. Do you want the goods or the foodstuffs? Do you want the money because you can stretch that? What do you need? Or I mean, obviously the perfect situation is everything. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest thing with what we're doing now is the money is the biggest one, because we can buy, for every dollar is donated, we can buy $2, sometimes $3 worth of food, depending on what product we're looking for. And the other reason is if we get the funding, we can buy what is needed and not just the stuff that's not the healthiest for kids.
Let's talk about the healthy part. What do you need from the healthy part that, again, we think instantly KD and chicken soup? What do you need?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things is like we're trying to do is fresh vegetables. I mean, if we can get a 5-pound bag of carrots that we can give them out to the family, so much better than a can of pork and beans or a can of this or a can of that type thing. So we're trying to go more into the fresh produce than we are to the other products anyway.
Well, and I guess with fruit and vegetables, time is of the essence when you receive that.
Yeah, so right now we're trying to figure out what kind of vegetables can we get and do throughout the winter time. Mm-hmm. But again, we'll take whatever anybody can give us right now.
Yeah,
it's that bad.
And obviously, we throw out the shout out to sponsors, large or small. Every penny counts. One other thing we were mentioning off the air too is that somebody can bring in a flat of soup that lasts, 2 families or 1 family?
Well, depending on the size of the family, but our larger family gets 11 cans of soup put into their hamper, so that's basically a flat of soup.
Because a flat's 12 cans or something?
Yeah, 12 cans, yeah.
If somebody wants to get a hold of you, ASAP,
they can call us down at the Care and Share Center, 604-316-05. No, that's my cell number. Yes. Don't call me on my cell. 604-792-0001. Yeah. And that's the Care and Share Center.
And you're all over social media as well. So.
Oh, yeah. The other thing is one of the good items is the grocery stores have a product out there that's called BC Share coupons. And a lot of people don't know, but every time they donate $2 on that BC Share program, every penny of that comes to us.
Okay.
And every grocery store's got that. And the bonus of that is the grocery stores push on that one because they give us gift cards back. So they give us the gift cards knowing that we have to go back to their grocery store to buy it, but it works perfect for anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So think of that. Think of the gift cards. Think of the certificates.
Yeah.
I wish we were talking about other things a little festive and happier, but like I said, when I saw you go on social media last weekend, I haven't seen you this distraught ever.
No, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. I've been doing this 40 years, and it really does hurt to see that we can't feed everybody.
Yeah. Don Armstrong, Salvation Army Food Bank, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching This Week. ChillTV Sports, the BC Hockey League announcing their realignment and playoff format at the recent AGM. So the new Coastal East Division will include Chilliwack, Langley, Surrey, Coquitlam, and yes, Prince George, so travel costs will be a concern. The league will continue with the existing playoff structure, with the first seed in each conference playing the 8th seed in the first round, the second playing the 7th, and so on. 5 teams will not make the playoffs, and 2 from the Coastal and 3 from the Interior will be gone if they don't make it after the end of the regular season, which, by the way, will continue to consist of 54 games. The Chilliwack Minor Hockey AGM is going to be held on Thursday, June 27th at the Sardis Sportsplex. Now, organizers are looking for volunteers for the upcoming season, so if you want to volunteer or even hold a board position, the nominations committee is accepting nominees through their social media. Meanwhile, Chilliwack Minor Fast Pitch had a busy and successful weekend at Fairfield Island. A Chilliwack Under-15 sweep with gold and silver in the D8, and Chilliwack Mayhem taking the gold and Chilliwack Chaos with the silver. Now, the Under-24s took gold in 2 mercy games, and the Under-15 Mayhem, who took home 2 gold this weekend, are now headed to the district and provincial finals. Abbotsford golf pro Nick Taylor is going to be one of the 2 golfers representing Canada at the 2024 Paris Olympics in August. Golf Canada and the Canadian Olympic Committee have announced that Team Canada golf athletes will be competing as well. The women's golf athletes are going to be announced at a later date. But the 2 men, Nick Taylor, and the other is going to be Corey Connors. The golf portion of the Paris 2024 Games will be August the 1st to August the 4th. Coming up, Cari with the weather. ChillTV weekend weather. So, Cari, will the weather be okay for the Classic Car Show?
Hey Chilliwack, our weather next week is going to be a very mixed bag. Friday and Saturday, beautiful weather with temperatures up into the 20s, but Sunday, again, it's going to drop below 20 and be quite chilly with a very high chance of rain. Monday and Tuesday, sun and cloud, with Wednesday maybe the sun coming out. So mixed bag of everything but snow, which is bonus, right? Today is actually our summer solstice, and fun fact, the summer solstice does not actually have the earliest sunrise. That actually happened about a week ago. I have my tickets to Chill Couture. Hopefully everybody else does too. Have a good week.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn.